I'd like to review the copy command now and then talk about the mirror command. I'm going to use the copy command to put in some additional lines. I've selected copy. Command line indicates to select objects. I will pick this one. Right click. Specify a base point. I'm going to click here and select this midpoint. I'm going to move it over to the right. Type in a value of 8 and enter. Next, I'm going to select copy again. Select the objects. I'm going to pick this line and then right click, specifying a base point. I'm going to pick the end point here, moving it up, and I'm going to be very careful not to place my cursor above that line because it will snap back to this endpoint. So I'm going to move it away from that segment so that it does not pick an object snap. And now I'm going to type in a value of 4 and enter. Right clicking again to repeat copy object. I'm going to copy this object. Right click, base point. This time I'll pick out here and move it up and type in a value of 1 foot 10 inches and enter. So as you can see, we have the lines necessary, and I could duplicate the same commands up here, but now it's time to introduce mirror. Mirror command is the third one down. I'm going to select that, and it wants to know which objects I'd like to select for mirroring. The mirror command will basically place objects on another side of an imaginary mirror line. Let me show you. I'm going to select the objects to mirror, this one and this one. I'm going to right click. Now it indicates to specify the first point of the mirror line. I'm going to pick the midpoint of this line segment. When I select that, you may not see anything happen, but move your cursor, and actually I'm going to turn off ortho to explain this a little further. As I move the cursor, it's representing a mirror line so that the objects that are dotted appear reflected about that line, the rubber banding line that you see happening there. So I'm going to leave the ortho off, and I'm going to pick the midpoint of this side. When I do that, I'm going to left click. Command line indicates delete source objects, and then the question yes or no. In other words, do I want to delete the objects that are currently dotted here? The answer is going to be no, but I don't need to type in the letter N. It's already given as a default value. So I simply enter. And just like that, I have taken these two lines and mirrored them about the middle of this sofa to the other side. And all I have to do now is select trim. Right click, select 1, 2, 3, 4 objects, right click and enter. Now I could have selected trim first, made the modifications, and then the mirror command. But because it's only 4 lines and it can be done very quickly, it didn't matter which one I did first, but it is something to think about. I'm going to finish this off by doing the fillet command now. Typing R for radius, enter. Specifying that radius to 6 inches, and enter. Selecting 1, 2. Repeat the fillet command, select 1, 2. And just like that, we have created the sofa once again.